Good evening, everyone. Notice of this meeting stating the date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, can you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided in the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chambers to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Here.
Javik.
Present.
Caldwell.
Present.
Mohammed.
Present.
Rivas.
Present.
Roman.
Present.
Strano.
Here.
Armstead.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Hudak.
Here.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Here. Can we have approval of the public session minutes of September 17, 2024, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the public meeting minutes of September 17, 2024, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond.
Yes.
Javik.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Mohammed. Yes. Rivas.
Yes.
Roman.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Armstead.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Hudak.
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Yes. Okay, at this time, we'll have a presentation. The first one is to Taja Elliott for Miss Grand New Jersey 2024. I'm going to ask Mayor Armstead and Councilwoman Caldwell to join her on the floor, as well as County Commissioner Joseph Bodak.
Monique, I said, I'm going to talk off the top and let Monique do the presentation. But that's okay. I'll do both. Okay. Miss Taja Elliott. Tiaja Elliott, I'm sorry. I thought last month that this place would be overrun with beauty because my daughter won a pageant, and we were presenting to her last month, and I said, boy, we're going to have 2 of the most beautiful women in the city right here on one night. I said, this place, we wouldn't know what to do. We'd be beside ourselves. You know, but anyway, not only is she beautiful, she comes from a good family who's instilled some great values. She volunteers her time and her energy to other young people so that they can be successful like she is. And I just want to tell you, I am so proud of you. I know your family all my life, you know, because we're all true Lindenites around here. But I've known your family since I was knee-high to a grape. And you come from good stuff, good stock, okay? So congratulations, and Monique's gonna let me read the resolution. Make me strain my eyes, huh? Okay. So we have a resolution honoring Tiaja Elliott as Miss Grand New Jersey 2024. And it reads, whereas Miss Grand organization was established to provide a national inclusive forum within which women of all backgrounds can flourish, gain self-confidence, crush stereotypes, and transform into leaders of tomorrow. And whereas Tiaja Elliott, a Linden resident, was selected as Miss Grand New Jersey 2024 on January 14, 2024, to represent the state of New Jersey in the Miss Grand USA contest in Miami, Florida. And whereas Tiaja has many accomplishments that contributed to her selection as Miss Grand New Jersey, including her recent graduation from Keene University, summa cum laude. That's impressive. Receiving a Perry Award nomination for Outstanding Lead Actress for her performance of Sharpay in the Mystic Vision Players version of High School Musical. And whereas Tiaja is currently a model for Castle Couture Prom and Bridal, and is also an amazing actress, motivational speaker, and outstanding dancer. And whereas Tiaja has a commitment to her community with her founding of the 501c nonprofit Tiaja's Dance Mission, whose mission is to provide free dance classes to underprivileged and low-income communities so that all children have the opportunity to dance regardless of their family income levels. And whereas her sense of community provided the drive for her to collaborate with Prom Event Giveaway, an event that resulted in 75 teenage girls being able to attend and enjoy their prom without it being a financial burden on their family. And whereas she has committed herself to ensuring that individuals who are living in underserved communities know that they have people who care for them and are fighting for them no matter what the cause, and whereas the mayor and council are proud, you hear that? Extremely proud of the accomplishments and commitment that Tiaja Elliott to her life and goals and community. Now therefore it be resolved that the governing body of the now therefore it be resolved that the governing body of the Hart-Tilly graduate Tiaja Elliott, somebody did something wrong here. Okay. Now therefore it be resolved that the governing body of the City of Linden congratulate Tiaja Elliott on her being chosen Miss Grand New Jersey 2024 and applaud her deep commitment to her community and those less fortunate by providing them new opportunities, and be it further resolved that the mayor and council wish her the best in all of her future endeavors, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be entered into the minutes of the council of the City of Linden, and that a copy hereof be presented to Tiaja Elliott in recognition of her prestigious honor, and signed by myself, Mayor Derek Armstead, Michelle Yamakaitis, Council President, and attested to by Joseph C. Bodek, our clerk. And we may have to give you another copy because somehow something got a little messed up at the end there, but I straightened it out.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Mayor, we also have another resolution from the county.
Oh, wait a minute, okay.
Commissioner Bodak.
I forgot about Joseph Bodek here. He's a county commissioner.
I not only have the privilege of working here in the city of Linden, but representing the residents of Union County on the Union County Board of Commissioners. And on behalf of myself, Chairwoman Kimberly Moded, and the other commissioners, we wanted to recognize the accomplishments of Tiaja. She is an outstanding young lady. She has done a lot in a short time, and she is moving forward to do a lot more in her life, and somebody that we should be looking for to help lead us in the future. Whereas the Union County Board of County Commissioners would like to recognize and congratulate Tiaja Elliott of Linden upon being crowned Miss Grand New Jersey 2024 on January 14th, 2024. And whereas Miss Grand New Jersey organizational mission is to provide a national inclusive forum within which women of all backgrounds can flourish, gain self-confidence, crush stereotypes, and transform into the leaders of tomorrow. Reigning title holders of Miss Grand New Jersey dedicate their year to work as the organization's spokesperson, and Tiaja represents New Jersey on the national level in August at the Miss Grand USA 2024. And whereas Tiaja has been a resident of Linden for the last 22 years, she graduated summa cum laude from Keene University and has been a staple in the greater Linden community for decades. And whereas Tiaja is the founder of Tiaja's Dance Mission, a 501c nonprofit organization that exists to provide free dance classes to underprivileged and low-income communities. Its mission is to ensure that all children have the opportunity to dance regardless of the income levels of their families. Taj's overreaching goal is to ensure that the people living in underserved communities know that they have people who care and are fighting for them. The organization has also expanded to take a stand against bullying in schools and facilitating mental health education and advocating for equal access to opportunities and resources for all. Whereas the County of Union is proud to call Taja one of its own and looks forward to watching her continue to impress us all in her future endeavors. And now therefore be it resolved that the Union County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes and commends Tasha Elliott for her remarkable achievements and her unwavering dedication to inspiring and mentoring our Union County community. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution suitably prepared be presented to Taja Elliott as a token of this board's sincere congratulations and best wishes. Signed and sealed, September 13th, 2024. Congratulations.
They left one thing out of the resolution that they could have very easily put in. See, I watched her mother grow up. I'm a little bit older than her mother. But they should have put something, whereas the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Let's go in front.
What? Oh, no. The people.
No, I didn't know. He was one of a kind.
I know. Thank you. Okay. All right, congratulations again. Okay. At this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Michael Gray to come up to speak on behalf of U.S. Senator Hemley regarding federal services available to residents.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, member of the council,
You wanna turn-
department heads present.
Hold on 1 second. We're going to turn it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So once again, Mayor Armstead, member of the council, the head of department present, residents of Linden, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to represent U.S. Senator George Helmy. And I'm here today to just provide information about some federal services that our office provides, free services that can provide like cost savings for constituents that they don't know about. So from the moment that Senator Helmy became a member of the United States Congress, his agenda geared towards legislation that support public safety, homeland security, protecting veterans, fighting for environmental justice, youth mental health issues, economic advancement for every Americans. So I'd like to start with one of the things that we do for the constituency, veteran affairs. If you know of someone as a veteran and they have issue with the veteran administration, our office can help to resolve issues like health care, educational benefit for veterans, disability, and funeral benefits. There is I'll say the top secret. There's a military academy that is very advanced. It's equivalent to like an Ivy League education that many people don't know about. So I'd like you to please, if you have children, if you have nephew and nieces that are in high school or just graduating from high school, they can take advantage of the military academy to get into West Point, the Naval Academy, the U.S. Air Force, the Coast Guard, Merchant, and Marine Academy. These institutions are very top institutions, like I stated, equivalent to Ivy League education, and they have transferable skills, prepare the next generation of leaders, the youth, for today's job and job for the future. In fact, Senator Helmy is currently reviewing over 300 plus application to help students to enroll in one of these prestigious academy. You might have a family member or friend that have issue with Social Security. Our office help to resolve those issues. The office of Senator Helmy help to resolve those issues. It could be like, for example, retirement benefits. It could be disability benefits. It could be survivor and family benefits. Or maybe you have issue with your Medicare. So our office can help to like reduce some of the red tape when it comes to these various agencies. You might have issue with housing and urban development, HUD. Maybe you might have something that deals with like housing discrimination. You might have a bad landlord. Sometimes people struggle a lot, but they might fall short of some mortgage payment. And these are all issues that our office can help constituents to resolve. Maybe you might have family or friends or constituency or resident in your city that have immigration issues. It could be family-based petition. It could be like student visa issue. It could be like a visiting visa issue. It could be like maybe a church trying to get like a clergy visa for like a church institution. Those are all issues that we can help with. Moreover, we all know sometimes you might do the best you can, but you might fall short in terms of internal revenue issues. Our office can help you, and help your residents to like communicate with the Internal Revenue Agency to mitigate some of the issues that you may have. The good thing about the Office of Senator Helmy is like we deal with federal liaisons, so we have access to all of the executive agencies. We have access to communicating with them. So internal revenue is one of the issues. You might have issue with your postal system. Maybe you're missing your mail, or you want to like talk to a postmaster about some postal issue. Or you might have family or friend or resident in your city that is working for the post office that's facing some issue. We can help to communicate with the postal service to help resolve some of those issues. You might be traveling and maybe your passport is missing, and you can call our agency. We can help you to get like a same-day passport appointment. So I'm just naming a few issues. Or you want to travel to the White House. You want for students and constituents from your area to go to the White House. It's something that we can help with. It could be going to the Capitol Hill, doing a Capitol tour. Or maybe there are small businesses in your area that have issue with like access to Capitol. The Office of Senator Helmy can connect you with the Small Business Administration. Or maybe with the Department of Commerce. Maybe you might have businesses in your area that does international trade. So, like I stated, the Office of Senator Helmy is here to connect you with various executive agencies, and we're here for you. Don't do it all alone. And I just want to add one more thing in terms of municipality. Sometimes you might be applying for like federal grants. Don't do it by yourself. Reach out to the senator's office and ask for assistance. He can do a letter of support that you can add to your grant application, and that can increase the chances of you getting grants. So I'd like to give you the number, so just in case, if you have issues that deal with resolution and legislation, you call the Washington, D.C. office, which is 202-224-4744, 202-224-4744. Or maybe you might have issues that deals with casework. Some of the casework issue I just talked about. Casework issue like immigration, Medicare, Medicaid, Postal Service. Medicare, not Medicare. Postal Service, these are all issues that we can help you resolve. So our Jersey City number is 973-645-3030, 973-645-3030. And we have another office in Barrington. The number is 856-757-5353, 757-5353. And if you want to like visit our website, the website of Senator Helmy is Helmy, HELMY.senate.gov, HELMY.senate.gov. You can share your opinion. You can make requests to have a meeting with the senator. And so these are all issues that we help people to accomplish. In conclusion, Senator Helmy is here for you. His responsibility is to serve the constituent the best way, ensuring that every day matters, that he brings the government to the people. So I'm open for any questions that you may have. So thank you for listening.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Gray. We appreciate this.
Thank you.
Mr. Gray?
Yeah.
May I, Council President? Is the senator, in his limited time in office, and I think he's doing great, by the way, I've known George a long time, is he accepting any kind of applications for discretionary funding? Is there any kind of room for discretionary budget funding while he's there?
Yeah, so you know, Ron, I will leave you my information.
Oh, I'd love that.
Oh, yeah, so that something we can look into.
Thank
and
you.
I also have like privacy waiver here that I'm going to leave with Ms. Cotwell. So if any constituent have federal issues, you can always, complete the privacy waiver. But I'll leave my personal information
Thank
with
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you. Okay, we'll now move on to ordinances on hearing, beginning with ordinance 6847, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 6-2.2 entitled Classes and Maximum Numbers of Licenses, License Fees. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 6-2.2 entitled Classes and Maximum Number of Licenses, License Fees shall be amended to read as follows. The classes of licenses to be issued by the city are hereby fixed as follows, and the annual fees of licenses for the sale or distribution of alcoholic beverages in the city shall be as follows. Class of license, plenary retail consumption license, $1,600. Plenary retail distribution license, $1,100. Club license, $300. Limited retail distribution license, $100. Hotel license, $2,500.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 68-47, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Yes. Roman?
Aye.
Strathern?
Yes.
Strano? Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6848, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-33, Handicap Parking Regulations, 7-33.1A, Handicap Parking on Street. Remove 48 East Henry Street, one spot, 110 West 16th Street, one spot.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I'd like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 6848, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas? Yes. Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to consent agenda items. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless the council member so requests. We have items number 1 to 3 this evening. Okay, can we have a motion, please?
In addition to the tax items listed, there is an additional item to item number 1. The property owner has been deemed a 100% disabled veteran by the VA as of February 7, 2023, and Mr. Robinson is entitled to the 100% disabled veteran status beginning August 23, 2024, date of purchase going further. This being a new construction, no property taxes will build on the new lot, and an added assessment has been billed from the date of the completion to the end of 2024. Therefore, no refund is required, only a cancellation of property taxes in the amount of $4,664.91, and I move for approval.
Second.
It's items 1 through 4.
1 through 4.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, now, we'll now move on to reports from the governing body. Councilwoman Ormond?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Council President. I'm going to start off with the Budget Review and Finance Committee report. Approval is requested for the following finance items. The payment of bills totaling $1,921,623.98. Bills have been signed by the Mayor, Council President, and Finance Chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investment made by the City Treasurer for the month of September at the rate of 4.18%. In the Department of Finance, the approval is granted for the CFO to submit the Best Practices Worksheet to the Division of Local Government Services by the October 25th, 2024 deadline. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Okay, the Division of Transportation and Properties. I hereby submit the monthly financial report from the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of September 2024. This report includes the collection of on- and off-street parking meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton side collection, $1,960. New York side collections, $1,589. Railroad credit card transactions, $27,289.50. Railroad permits, $540. Railroad mobile payment, 2320 parking, $9,702. Online railroad permits, $13,110. Parking meter collections, $10,231.60. Merchant permits, $122.91, for a grand total of $64,545.01. This is submitted by Tyrone L. Gibbons, a traffic maintenance supervisor. Now, just for a real simple, brief ward report, there is ongoing utility work. It's almost done in the Walnut, Wheat Sheaf, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 4th Avenue area. We beg your patience. We know that sometimes navigating through those streets, because they're short streets and one-way streets, can be cumbersome, but the work is near completion. Also, next week, on the 19th and 20th, we're going to have our First Ward annual fall yard sale. There's no fee for you to set up your yard sale. We're just asking that you give me a call at 908-370-6482 or L. Ormond at linden-nj.gov in order to go ahead and register your house for the actual yard sale. Once again, no fee required. Just pop up your tables, bring out your wares, and enjoy the beautiful weather. With the fall coming, we have lots of leaves that are falling. If anyone needs leaf bags, please give me a call. I do have some available. It's going to be on a first come, first served basis. I don't know how many more I'm going to get. So once they're gone, they're gone. So please call me if you do need them. Also, on November 13th, we have a tentative date set for a park recommendation planning meeting. This is going to be contingent on the Board of Education approving the location. It's going to be held at the Linden High School, and like I said, based on board approval. Our Director of Recreation, Keith Pressey, will be there to discuss upcoming proposals and plans for the parks that are in the 4th Ward. I'm hoping that we can have some really cool things. We do have Wales Park, which does have special needs equipment, and we're hoping that we can expand a little bit on that, but please come out and express your ideas and your concerns. And once again, that is contingent on the Board of Education approving our use of their facility for that November 13th meeting at the Linden High School at 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm also going to just bring up to you the holiday craft fair that the Linden Cultural and Heritage Committee is having. We're looking for crafters and vendors. Our craft show is going to be Saturday, November 23rd, 2024, at 11 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Vendor check-in starts at 9. It's going to be located at the John D. Gregorio Center, 330 Helen Street, Linden, New Jersey, and it's only $25 per 8-foot table with chairs. The admission is free. There's going to be refreshments available for purchase and a limited number of vendors per, craft or category. For more information, you can email Mary Beth at lindencultural26@yahoo.com. That's LINDENCULTURAL 26@yahoo.com, or leave a message at 908-862-5097. Registration and payment for the table due November 7th. So if you're crafty or you like to just come and set up a table of some of your awesome items, please feel free to reach out to our committee. At this point, like I said, with the fall approaching, like I said, just please be mindful, breaking your leaves out on the curb. We will come and pick them up, but once again, if you do want bags, we have plenty of bags. That ends my report, Council President.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ormond. Councilman Javik?
Yes, Council President. As chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of September 2024, a total of $9,739.30. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $100,539.45 for the month of September 2024 have been added to the total deposits for 2024, totaling $826,844.33. Regarding construction code, this department has issued 225 permits and processed 33 certificates and has issued 95 summonses for the month of September 2024. Monthly revenue is as follows. Building CCO permits and additional permit fees, $112,065. Zoning, $1,650. Court settlements for the month, $20,000. The reflective total being $133,715. Regarding the Board of Health, they would like to thank all our tabling organizations and health service providers, the Linden Board of Education, the Linden Department of Community Services, ShopRite, Andy Cycle Center, the Linden Police Department, and the Linden Fire Department for their efforts and donations that help make the Health and Wellness Fair such a big success. They had a great turnout and provided many valuable free resources and health services to our community. 300 plus community members were in attendance, 60 organizations, numerous health services and giveaways, prizes, 61 blood pressure and 57 blood sugar readings taken by the Linden Public Health nurses, 41 flu and 7 COVID vaccinations for those uninsured administered by the Union County Immunization Clinic, 12 flu, 3 shingles, and 4 COVID vaccinations for those insured administered by Superfresh Pharmacy, 21 cervical exams, 17 breast exams and mammogram prescriptions, 1 prostate screening, and 17 colon cancer test kits for those uninsured were administered by Hoboken Family Planning. 28 balance tests, 31 hearing screenings, and 40 DermaView sun damage screenings administered by Atlantic Health System. 70 dental screenings combined administered by Linden Dental Associations and Overlook Hospital Dental Clinic. 60 vision screenings were administered by New Jersey Department of Health Services, Project Better Eye Health Services and Treatment. Good evening, everybody. Well, gas line work continues in the 2nd Ward, and final connections are being done on Wood Avenue. This will finish up by the end of this October. I personally would like to congratulate Amy Peluso as the Director of Board of Health and her team for a very successful Health and Wellness Fair this past Saturday at School Number 1. If you couldn't attend this year, please do so next year for all the services and information available to you. On October 29th, we invite the 2nd Ward community to come out and share your ideas on how the city can improve and conserve open space for the residents to enjoy for years to come. Discussion to include additional uses and needs at our 2nd Ward parks. This meeting will be held at the JTG Center, 330 Helen Street, 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. I look forward to seeing everyone there. I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov. On Facebook, Second Ward Councilman Barry E. Javick. As always, additional information can be found on our City of Linden website. Council President, end of report.
Thank you, Councilman Javitt. Councilwoman Caldwell.
Thank you, Madam President. Hello, neighbors. I hope this message finds you well and in good spirits. As the Chair of Social Services, I wanted to inform you of some important updates. Our Social Services Department is no longer able to provide emergency services. Linden residents are still eligible to use the food pantry. They just have to show their identification. You can also contact our social services to learn about what benefits you may qualify for by calling 908-474-8620. Going forward, you can reach out to Union County Division of Social Services at 342 Westminster Ave, Elizabeth, New Jersey, at 908-965-2700. I am excited to invite you to our next community meeting on November 6, 2024, at the Linden Public Library, 31 East Henry Street, the 3rd floor, Columbia Room, at 6:30 p.m. I also want to invite you to our meeting with our park director, who will be facilitating a collaborative effort to reevaluate our park, James Dobson Park, on 10/30 at the PAL on the corner of Maple and Blanky at 6:30 p.m. I also want to say I am proud to congratulate my neighbor, Isaiah Thomas, on becoming a Marine. He just graduated from Linden High School, and he just became a Marine. We are so proud of you, and I know you'll keep on aiming high. Isaiah is a close friend of my son's, Trevor. Speaking of which, I'd like to congratulate my son, Trevor, on receiving a CTA award from Universal Technical Institute. It's considered, it's Commitment to Excellence Award. And I'm just proud of these young men. I just, I'm just really proud of them. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can feel free to contact me at 908-531-0676 or email me at mcaldwell@linden-newjersey.gov. And remember, Councilwoman Caldwell always follows up and follows through. And I look forward to seeing you on October 30th at the PAL to talk about our park, Dobson Park, and on November 6th at our community meeting. And I also want to offer my condolences to the Fish family on the passing of Sandy Fish. She was a beautiful soul, and she will truly be missed. I conclude my report, Council
Thank you.
President.
Thank you, Councilman Mohammed.
Good evening, Council President and Council. I want to congratulate a neighbor of mine, Mr. Kyle Edmonds, also a summer worker at the Health Department,
Councilman, can you speak into the microphone?
who is now is a first-year nursing student at Temple University. We certainly celebrate his acceptance and matriculation at a very fine and prestigious nursing school. I also want to commend the Health Department on the wonderful services they're doing. I know I have an occasion, the person will remain confidential, a neighbor that needed some health services, the placing of a Dexicon on them, which is something some people are not able to do, but the Health Department came by and took care of it. The business provided the services that was needed, and I also want to compliment the Health Department on the health screening that took place this past Saturday. Just want to say also to the people in the Linden Public Schools are doing a wonderful job, and we thank the senator who came here with information for veterans and other things. I can be reached at 908-463-5600. 4843. Madam Council President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman Mohammed. Councilman Rivas.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, citizens of Linden, neighbors, colleague, council members. In my duties as a liaison to the Linden Board of Education, I had an opportunity to meet with Superintendent Tia Perkins to make sure that she gets the support that the city has for our Linden children, for the education of all of them, and also to request her that if at any time she would like to have anything for me to pass along in city council, I would have no problem just to share with the citizens, neighbors, and the constituents of the city. I'd like to recognize that we are doing October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is cancer is out there. It's something that it affects a lot of people, a lot of the communities. Please make sure we have everyone being aware of how can they screen themselves early, and how can detect any of these sicknesses early, so they can protect themselves from these particular health situations. Good things are happening in Linden. Good things continue to happen in Linden. And sometimes, as I echo some of my counterparts, council members said, it takes some time, and we'd like to thank you for the patience of our citizens. Paving and resurfacing of the roads in the 5th wards are happening, and many of our utility work is almost completed, similar like in the other wards. And for all of you who were patient, thank you. I'd like to also remind all of you that we're going to have our ward yard sale free, no permit, on 19 and the 20th of October. Please make sure that you have this opportunity to clean out your garage and offer all those great things that you may have as an overstock in your houses. The treasure of yours can be the treasure of somebody else. So let's make sure that we use this opportunity, no permit, for a ward yard sale. Please make sure to look out for each other. Cold weather is up here now. Summer is over. Thanksgiving is down the road, but first there's a celebration for our kids. In regards to Thanksgiving, please make sure we look out on the kind of candy that they collect. So many things are happening over there, and we want to protect each other, and we want to protect our families. If you need to reach me, don't hesitate to do so at 908-718-7609. And as always, I'd like to extend my gratitude to everyone in the city who keep this city moving forward. Thank you. That's my end of the report, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilman Rivas. Councilman Roman.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening. Just a quick report. Smith Street repaving, as previously reported, has been completed. There are some drains that were blocked that I was afraid that would get blocked again, which happened the last time we repaved it. However, I was working with Carmine, but I think Carmine resigned tonight, so I think I'm going to have to go directly to the source of Mr. Pantina to get those unclogged and make sure that they're free-flowing so that there's no backups on the street. Sixth Ward Park assessment. Mr. Pressy, you said that was November 6th at 6:30 at School 6? Mr. Pressy, you've been, 6 o'clock. You've been doing a great job as our Parks Director. But I know you only had the title for the last month, but all the previous work that you've done for us as well. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. There will be an overview of Pulaski Park and possible upgrades and assessment on November 6th at School 6 at 6 p.m. Pulaski Park is the only 6th Ward municipal park. We are blessed to have a beautiful county park in our neighborhood. However, this Pulaski Park is in desperate need of upgrades, and I hope that this council heeds the report that was issued by Mr. Presty's office showing the poor conditions at Pulaski Park and the need for upgrades in the future. So I hope to see you there. Four-way stop signs, all-way stop signs. There are 2 ordinances on for introduction tonight to add 2 four-way, or if you want to call it an all-way stop sign in the 6th Ward. With the changes to the MUTCD, which is the Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices, We have found 2 more intersections that are worthy of these all-way stop signs. The intersection of 11th and Clinton, and the intersection at East Morris Avenue and Clinton. I want to express my deep gratitude to Linden Police Department, the Traffic Department, Lieutenant Conk, Monica, Sergeant Oliveira, and the Traffic Committee headed by Lisa Orman for the work that they've put in on these. This is one of the first things I suggested to do in the 6th Ward when I first ran for office 8 years ago, and I have like this little checklist that I've things I've accomplished, and this is literally the only one that's not done on it. And I really can't wait for these to go up and the car accidents to stop on the Clinton corridor, both on both sides of 1 and 9. With that concludes my report. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Roman. Councilman Strano.
Thank you, Council President. So in our personnel report for this month, we have number 1 in the Police Department. A is approving the rescission of the appointment of Melanie Rollis, Safner Clerk 1, effective September 30th, 2024. And in the Department of Community Services, or in the Division of Engineering, A is approving the acceptance of the resignation in good standing of Carmen DeCosmo, Senior Engineer. That'll be effective October 18th, 2024. B is approving the posting for 2 openings of Assistant Engineer full-time at the annual salary range of between $54,000 and $92,463 annually. In the Division of Public Works, A is approving the posting for a mechanic full-time, Tier 2, at the annual salary rate of between $18 and $49.09 per hour. B is approving the posting for a truck driver full-time, Tier 2, in the DPW with the hourly rate of between $22 and $36.37 per hour. C is approving the posting for 2 laborers full-time, Tier 2 DPW at the annual hourly rate of $18 to $34.37 per hour. D is approving the seasonal list that's on file in the clerk's office. 3, in the Office of the Construction Code, is A, approving the statewide posting of a construction code official full-time at the annual salary of between $54,137 to $152,346. 4, in the Office of the Mayor, approving the recreational seasonal list that's on file in the City Clerk's office. 5, in the Office of the City Clerk, approving the transfer of Nancy Richard, Clerk 1, at no change in salary to the Municipal Court, effective October 15, 2024. 6, in the Municipal Court, is A, approving the transfer of Jasmine Steele, Clerk 2, at no change in salary to the Office of the Clerk, effective October 15th of 2024. 7, in Personnel, is approving A, the FMLA and NJFLA leaves that are on file in the Division of Personnel. I move for approval and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Orman.
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes on all, and abstain on 5 and 6.
Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes on all, I abstain on 7A.
Okay, real quick, some updates for our community. As might have been mentioned earlier, I think from one of my colleagues, we're doing an inventory and assessment of the conditions of all of our parks throughout the city. Thanks to our director, Keith Presley, for bringing this along. This is something that was brought to the table, it must probably a year ago, to hire a consultant to do this work. And I have to give credit where it's due. It was Jerry Bishop's idea. It was a great idea. I mean, I had my concerns, and this is what he came up with, and we ran with it. But here's the deal. Every park in the city is going to be scrutinized to see what it needs. We'd really like to have some conformity. We'd really like to have some eye-popping appeal to our parks, as you see in other towns when you drive through them. And this is an attempt to accomplish that. It's going to take quite a while. Of course, we couldn't do all the parks at one time, so it's going to be as we go kind of a deal. Obviously, the ones that need the attention the most will get it first. But here's where we come in as a community. Each ward will have a date that their community can come out and have their input and their ideas as to what they think the park should have, what they like, what they don't like, and obviously the improvements that, to give us some, community input on these. But anyway, so in our ward, our date is October 28th. It's a Monday. The hour is from 6 to 7:30 p.m., and the meeting will be held in the 7th Ward Rec Center, which is at the corner of Trimley Point Road and Main Street. Please come out and give us your input. We had an event at our skate park on October 5th. I was really impressed. It's a unique culture. It's very pleasing to meet people that are into that sport. The people there were very cordial, very friendly, and I could best describe it as organized chaos. But it was really cool, and hopefully next year in the springtime we'll have a bigger event. This event was actually sponsored by Tattooville, and I'd like to, just say publicly thank you to them, and hopefully we'll see them again in the springtime when we really put something together. That's all I have for this week, for this month. Thanks, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Strato. Councilman Armstead.
Thank you, Council President. First, I just wanted to start off, and I wanted to offer condolences to the Fish family. Sandra Fish was not only a good friend of ours, but she was also a committee person for the 8th Ward, so our prayers go out to her. And I'd also like to offer my condolences to the Verdier family, also in the 8th Ward on St. Mark Street. Mr. Bill Verdier died on Thursday at the age of 82 on his birthday. He's somebody in the neighborhood that'll never be forgotten. He mentored everybody, and if you needed good advice, he was the one that you went to. You know how when you're kids sometimes you don't want to go to your mother and father because they don't know anything. So we would go to Mr. Verdier, and this is everybody in the neighborhood, and Mr. Verdier would always guide us with some good advice. And I just want to give my condolences to that family. Okay, along to city business, I do want to thank the DPW for doing an excellent job this past month in the community of getting cleanups done. And it is just so simple. If somebody calls you with a problem, you get on the phone and you call DPW and you ask DPW to help. That's what they do, and DPW has been on point. Anytime I have called and asked them to do anything in the community, they get it done. So you have to give those guys kudos for the hard work that they do. I mean, they really work hard. On the 19th and the 20th of this month, October, the 8th Ward is having its annual yard sale. No charge for permits or anything like that. Anybody can set stuff out. It's still not too late to register for it. You can call me at 908-463-8986, or you can email me at marmstead@linden-nj.gov. Also, my last and final thing that I have here for this week is on the 22nd of October, I am having a meet and greet at Jersey Lanes. That's 30 Park Avenue in Linden. I'd like as many people from the 8th Ward to come out so we can get to know each other a little bit better and find out what we can do to make the community better. And that's all I have for my report for this week.
Thank you, Councilman Armstead. Councilman Rodriguez.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, fellow residents. I stand before you today with a sense of excitement and commitment to our beloved city. I'm thrilled to announce that Linden is embarking on an ambitious journey to develop a park master plan. This plan will serve as our guiding blueprint for the next 10 years, helping us to identify, conserve, and develop the parks and open spaces that are so vital to our community well-being. We're in the process of setting a date for the 9th Ward residents to gather and meet with our expert team. This will be a wonderful opportunity for you to voice your ideas and discuss potential improvement for our parks. As Halloween approaches, I urge every resident to be vigilant and help us protect our children while they enjoy the festivities. With the sun setting early, it's crucial to be extra cautious when driving and watch out for the young trick-or-treaters. Additionally, heartfelt thank you to all the residents who participated in the 9th and 10th Ward garage sale. Your involvement and community spirit makes Linden a wonderful place to live. Please remember, if you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach me at 908-583-7482 or via email at arodriguez@linden-nj.gov. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Hudak.
Thank you. So October is known as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Gretchen Brooke Hickey, who is a 10th Ward resident, she will always be a 10th Ward resident. She is now 10 years cancer-free, and I have to say, double digits never look so good. So I want to congratulate all of the 10th Ward residents, the thousands of women and men who have won the fight because of a mammogram. Not only is it Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it's also First Responders Month. And our Linden first responders, they make a vital contribution to our city with their willingness to make our community stronger and safer. And frequently, they are called upon to put their own lives in jeopardy as they respond to devastating incidents and disasters, and tragically, too many have paid the ultimate price carrying out their devotion to service of others. Others who have paid the ultimate price are our veterans. So to honor our veterans here in Linden, the American Legion, which is located on Elizabeth Avenue, will be honoring our veterans at the 17 monuments across our city. The public is not only welcome but encouraged to gather at 8 o'clock in the morning on November 11th at the American Legion, which is across the street from the train station, and travel with our heroes who served to keep us free. If you have an infringement on the quality of your life, please contact me, because I am here to assist. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hudak. Okay, as many of my colleagues have mentioned here this evening, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'd like to give a shout out to Nancy Vesey in our dispatch. She donated the wreath that's in front of the dais here. We were at a turkey tray, and she won it. And she thought, what better way than to honor all the breast cancer survivors at our council meeting. So thank you, Nancy. Again, please get your mammograms, very important, both men and women, okay? I, too, would like to also extend my condolences to the family of Sandra Fish and Mr. Verdidier in the 8th Ward, as well as the family of Arek Dubinsky in the 6th Ward. His wake is actually this evening. Again, my deepest condolences to these families. The Linden Library this Saturday, October 19th from 10 to 3 p.m. There's going to be an arts and crafts market fundraiser. So please go out. They're going to have all kinds of goodies, crafts available for purchase. So again, that's this Saturday from 10 to 3 at the Linden Public Library. I attended last Thursday a pre-K fall festival for our school district, and I have to say I was totally impressed with what we are doing with our youngest learners in the district. They're using the curriculum, the tools of the mind, and the work that is being done with that level is exceptional. Every learner has an opportunity. What I was really impressed with was OT is being provided to every class at least once a week. There's a big gap between pre-K and kindergarten. Pre-K standards say they may be able to write, where kindergarten, they want them coming in writing. So, again, not everybody special needs, so it services everyone. So keep up the great work in our school district. Look forward to seeing more opportunities for the council to come and see what they offer. And just one more reminder, the Halloween parade, I believe somebody on the dais here mentioned it, is October 27th at 2 p.m. A lot of hard work and effort goes into that, so please come out and see the Linden Halloween parade. Okay, Mayor, you're up.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Not to be redundant, but I too would like to extend my condolences to the Fish family. The Fish family and the Armstead family go back for years. In fact, we share family. My Uncle Big Boy comes out of the Fish family. He married my Aunt Harriet. So we share cousins. My cousins are related to the Fishes, and the Fishes are related to my cousins. We've known each other since I can remember. Also, the Verdier family, Mr. Verdier was a dear friend of ours. In fact, our backyards almost touched each other. If you walked out of our backyard and went through the Sharps' backyard, one yard over, you'd be at the Verdier's home, at their backyard. So we go back a long way. My brother and William Verdier were best friends. Mr. Verdier, I used to deliver papers to his house. In fact, there's a story. I was a very small young guy. I was 12 years old, and I was out collecting for my papers. Back then in the Daily Journal, you had to collect your money. And I was out late one evening, and I kept finding that this car kept showing up everywhere I was at. And what it was an old guy, an older gentleman, was following me. I don't know what his intentions were, but I told Mr. Verdier, and Mr. Verdier used to breed German Shepherds. And I remember on Christmas morning he came over and he bought me a German Shepherd puppy. It was he said he taught me how to train the dog to attack and everything else. And so Mr. Verdier was big on breeding German Shepherds. So he gave me a dog when I was 12 years old. So and again, he was like my brother mentioned, he was a worth of knowledge. You could talk to him. He was like a father figure. There's certain things you can't go to your father with, but you can go to Mr. Verdier with, So these two people, Mrs. Fish and Mr. Verdier, will be missed. In other news, we had a ribbon cutting at Blue Sunday down at the old General Motors plant, which we call Legacy Square now. And it seems that particular development is shaping up just nice. It's almost completely full. When you look, I think there may be one or two more vacancies there. But again, if you build it, they'll come. I'd like to also acknowledge the fact that we had a ribbon cutting at our city village on St. George Avenue. Uncle Louie's ice cream, great brand of ice cream. We were all there at the ribbon cutting Saturday. And again, people questioned when we started that development on St. George Avenue. They talked about gentrification. They talked about it wasn't going to be a successful development, but it has turned out to be just the opposite. It's a very successful development and a very good mix of people in the buildings. And it looks as though that Roselle is finally starting to get their act together, and hopefully within the next year or so, they'll have their development up on the other side, which is going to mirror the city development. So, which was once a blighted area that people often would tell me they would lock their doors when they came to a light, is growing into a very nice community, and I hope it will continue to do so. So, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, we'll now move on to resolutions. Okay, I'm going to ask for a motion to remove 2024-417 from consideration.
Council President, I request to remove 2024-417 and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Mohammed? Yes. Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, and we have a motion for resolutions 2024-400 through 2024-429, please.
Council President, I move for approval of resolutions 2024-400 to 2024-429, and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to ordinances on first reading, beginning with ordinance 6849, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $38,500 for the acquisition of a sports utility vehicle for the Board of Health Department and authorizing the issuance of $36,575 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6849, please?
Council President, I make a motion to introduce 68-49 and ask for a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6850, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $737,000 for the Linden Roselle Joint Trunk Sewer renovations for the Division of Engineering and authorizing the issuance of $700,150 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6850, please?
Yes, Council President, I moved ordinance number 6850 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6851, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $275,000 for various capital improvements for the police department and authorizing the issuance of $261,250 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, could we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6851, please?
Yes, thank you, Council President. I move that we introduce ordinance 68-51 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6852, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $126,000 for improvements to Memorial Park for the Department of Parks and Recreation and authorizing the issuance of $62,700 in bonds or notes for financing the part of the appropriation.
Could we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6852, please?
I move for introduction of ordinance 68-52 and request a second.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6853, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999. Passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-22.1, four-way stop intersections, shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. Add Clinton Street and East 11th Street.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6853, please?
Council President, I move ordinance 6853 for introduction and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6854, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999. Passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-22.2, three-way stop intersections shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. add Clinton Street and East Morris Avenue.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6854, please?
Council President, I move we introduce ordinance 6854 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to comments from members of the public in attendance on city business only, no personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes. Okay, we'll start with Diane Wolverding.
Hi, Diane Wolverding, 6th Ward. I know I mentioned this at least a year ago, and I was wondering if Council President Yamakaitis, you can move this along or do something. Remember when I asked that the promenade, the stage there, be named or dedicated to Mr. Luciano, and also the small recreation center in Wilson Park be named after Nancy Braxton, who is a 2-time breast cancer survivor. So I'm just hoping that something will be done about that, because I know I asked about it about a year ago. Second thing, this is to the residents of the city. Our city's sidewalks are well maintained. Please use them. I am so tired of driving down the street and seeing people walking in the street when there's a sidewalk there. Yes, there are some areas that have no sidewalks, like Woodlawn in my ward. And then at night it gets worse, and I'm talking all wards, all ages, and if you're wearing dark colors, it's hard to be seen. Please use our sidewalks. That's why the taxpayer money is being used to fix them, and they're in good shape. I am a 5-year breast cancer survivor, and it was caught in stage 1. So it's important to get the girls photographed, and also, if you have dense tissue, ask for an ultrasound. That's how it was found. And it was the size of a pea. And even my breast surgeon was surprised that it was found. Ultrasounds as you get older. I didn't have to get chemo. I just had to have radiation. I am very, very lucky. And last, I wanted to ask about 422. It says here a list below the properties that'll be designated in an area in need of redevelopment, but there was never a list of what's going to be redeveloped.
You could get it from the clerk's office, correct, John?
Can you tell me, is it all over the city in certain areas, a little more, because that's so vague.
It's better if you get a list of them, so you'll see.
Is it that big of a
Yeah,
list?
it's a big list.
Oh, my goodness.
Diane?
All right, I was just hoping, it would go out to the general
Just real
public.
quick, thank you, Council President. It includes, I don't know, a couple
It's a
dozen
large
lots.
list.
It's a large list. It includes a couple dozen lots. It's all in the St. George Avenue corridor. And it's not like a normal designation of redevelopment. It's designation of redevelopment for low-income housing like we
Okay,
discussed
low-income,
in
that's
previous
good.
council meetings.
Okay, and not one of those big monstrosities at the end of
I
my
don't think,
street.
They're
I don't,
looking
that,
at it to
that-
see.
yeah, that's
I know
not,
it's all
that's
in
not what this resolution
just a
does. It's
study
just a,
stage.
Okay.
it's just a redevelopment dedication. It doesn't describe what it's going to be. That
All right,
comes
because
later in
those
the
big
process.
buildings are annoying.
Okay. Mr. Halloran?
Craig Halloran, 120 Donaldson Place. I don't know whether it's a traffic safety concern or concern for the kids up in Sunnyside. When they're being picked up by school buses, I know the buses turn sideways to protect the kids. That's fine. But there's cars backing up behind these buses, and these buses are stopping, I don't know, every other house or whatever. Is there a way to get these kids picked up at a designated bus stop in the area rather than as frequently? And another problem is that cars are now getting off the main thoroughfares through town, Style Street, Wood Avenue, and maybe DeWitt or something like that. And they're cutting through the side streets because you have people that get up in the morning, they have to get the kids out to school, so they have a limited time to get to work. I mean, I'm fortunate. I don't work. I'm retired. But I know people up here, they work, you know, and they do have to get their kids to school. So there's a lot of traffic going on. I know we've all experienced it. So what can be done, one, about these buses up there, and can they, you know, these kids be picked up, you know, for their own safety and the safety of the people and the drivers and all of that? What can the city do? Thank you.
Mr. Halloran? Our traffic committee has looked at this extensively. Councilwoman Ormond, are you?
I'll be more than glad to talk to you. Not only am I in charge of the AR committee, but I'm also the transportation coordinator for the public school district. So I can let you know the different state laws that are being followed and what we have no control over in terms of bus stops. I'll let you know. We'll talk. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, John Kazar?
John Kaiser, 23 West Munsell Avenue. Hello, what's up, Linden? Let's wake this place up a little bit. It's dead in here, man. Wow. I definitely am a little more crazy than you guys think I am for being here when the Yankees are playing. They're up 3-0 right now, if anybody's wondering. But let's hope for a Subway series, right? That would be pretty awesome. John Roman, thanks, man. Thanks for coming. Good to see you. I know it has to be frustrating and a major inconvenience once a month traveling all the way up the Parkway to be with us. Get a haircut. Mr. Rodriguez, I heard what your announcement, your tone didn't match your words, man. You said you were excited, but you didn't really sound too excited. I know you have I'm surprised you didn't mention Ninth Ward Community Day coming up. I know I don't know how much you want to do this, man. I know they're holding your hand, getting you through this, but Community Day, it's 2 days before the election. I know they're definitely a little worried. He has some stiff competition, but you'll probably be okay. You know, I was probably the most stiff competition John could have, and I lost because, you know, you got a built-in advantage over there. But Ninth Ward residents, there is 3 choices, so make the one that you feel is best. I feel you on the cars, man. I almost got T-boned today. A car ran the stop sign. I was going through Princeton. I was on Princeton and Summit, and a guy ran the stop sign on Summit, almost smashed into me. And old John came out. I followed this guy all the way down through side streets to Linden Avenue. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm being no better than this guy right now, menacing him now. The mayor mentioned the ribbon cutting ceremony for Blue Sunday. I see caps finally open, man. We got them going. Are you going to have a ribbon cutting over there too? You don't know? I don't know. They're suing the city, so maybe not. We hired a public information officer, as I like to say, the Armstead propaganda wing. Let me tell you something. I'm Linden's public information officer. I post stuff all the time on Facebook, and my videos. I don't try to go viral like millions of views and all that, but I get a lot of views on my videos. This man right here, Mr. Cooney, my most viewed video. He came in May and he came in August and said what he had to say. I posted his comments recently. They almost have it has 9,500 views. I post stuff that people want to hear about in the city. And you know, I counted like over 100,000 views, and you know, I just like keeping people abreast of what's going on. I saw our mayor at the port strike. I thought it was I don't know. I guess he was there to support the Linden workers, which is cool. But I heard him talking about the main issue that they were there, which is automation, that he doesn't want the workers losing jobs for automation, when he literally got garbage trucks here with the arm to get rid of workers. So that was just funny to me. I find it sad that the social services is closing. That building, they were by me forever in the basement over there, and now they moved to the city village, and now it's closing, and I'm just curious, maybe somebody can explain what happened there, because Linden really needs that.
Yeah, we'll have Mr. Watkins, he's here in New York, he can give you an explanation of what happened there.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Your time is up.
I'm not done. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Watkins, would you?
Good evening, Council. Unfortunately, the state made a decision. We were the last social service agency, municipal welfare agency, actually, to function independently. And they made a decision financially. It was unable to proceed with some of the things they wanted to do, technology-wise, and also financial-wise. It made more sense for them to succeed or acquiesce the services that we offer to the county. Being that they already offer the same services for Summit, Roselle, and all the other municipalities in Union County. So I wish it wasn't so, but we were the last ones to go. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
But by no means are we not going to have our own version of social services here in Linden. So John will continue to be operating what we will consider the city's version of social services, along with his counterpart there. Certain aspects of social services will be transferred to the county, but that does not preclude us from doing what we think is right for the citizens of Linden, and that's being responsive and trying to make sure that their needs are met when they're in some sort of crisis, or if they need help financially or food or whatever services that we can provide that have a social aspect to them. We're going to continue to do that, and I always have maintained that we should have our own social services, because I always felt that people get lost in the sauce up there when they go to Union County. And believe me, I worked at the county, and I'll tell you, I saw it firsthand that people would come looking for help, and some got help, some got, treated unfairly, and that was really one of the underlying reasons why we decided to keep our social services here. And unfortunately, the state has the final say, but they don't really have the final say, because we here in Linden can still continue to have social services and continue to provide what we feel is necessary to, other than what the state will offer to our residents.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, could we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting, please?
Council President, I make a motion to close the public portion and ask for a second, please.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak? Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, comments from members of the governing body? Councilman Roman, go ahead.
My old man was a big Dodger fan, and I kind of joke he was in a coma the last time when he woke up. And I was like, Brian, you gonna tell him, or should I? To my brother. And he found out the Astros cheated the Yankees out of a World Series berth, and then cheated the Dodgers out of a World Series, basically in Game 7. And 2 days later, after he passed, Mookie Betts got traded to the Dodgers, and they finally won the World Series since the year I was born in 1988. Anyway, let's go Yankees. Sorry, Mets fans. I'll play either of you, but let's go. And have a good Halloween, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Strano?
Yep, well, we're going to have Halloween before the next meeting. I just want to wish everybody happy Halloween and make sure everybody's safe, and just watch out for those little ones. Thank you.
Hey, Councilman Mohammed?
Yes, I was neglectful, Council President, in announcing that Monday, November 25th, at School 5, there will be a review of the parks in the 4th Ward. And thank Commissioner Presley for his outstanding work. Thank you again. Good to see you coming all the way from Baltimore to Linden. I knew him when I was a minister in Baltimore. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, Councilwoman Caldwell?
I just want to recognize breast cancer. It's something dear to me. I lost my grandmother to breast cancer. My mother's sister had breast cancer twice. A couple of my first cousins had breast cancer. I just want everyone to get checked out and to take it seriously. And because of my family history, I have to get, as Diane said, those girls photographed twice a year. So just to be preventive. So I just wanted to say, people who are suffering with it, because like I said, my aunt had breast cancer twice. Be strong, stay on top of it. Make sure you take care of yourself, And that I conclude.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman. All right, the next council meetings will be as follows. Council conference meeting Monday, November 25th at 6 p.m. in the council conference room. Council conference meeting before the council meeting Tuesday, November 26th at 6 p.m. in the council conference room. Council meeting Tuesday, November 26th at 7 p.m. in the council meeting room. City Hall. These meetings will be held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Mohammed? Rivas? Roman?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Armstead?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Hudak?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes.